Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Just gonna make sure if it gets loaded. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. My name is Mary Olson, and I'm a senior product manager with the Health AI team at AWS. I'm excited to be here today and to share the stage with Brendan Gallagher, who is the head of business development at Synteon. And today we're going to be walking you through building an end-to-end solution for genomics data with Amazon Omics. Okay. There we go. As we have seen, the amount of data that is being generated has increased rapidly over the last decade. And managing this data is a challenge for our customers. With the cost of sequencing a genome decreasing to $200 or less, we expect the amount of data to further increase to more than petabytes amounts. So now it isn't just managing the data that is a challenge, but also the cost is a barrier. Furthermore, processing this data to make sense of it requires scaling up infrastructure and managing it, all while maintaining privacy of the data, which we have heard from our customer that is also a challenge. To address these challenges, we launched Amazon Omics at re:Invent last year. Amazon Omics is a purpose-built service that helps healthcare and life science organizations to store, query, and analyze omics data so that they can focus on the science. Amazon Omics provides 4 key benefits. As more data is generated, the need to combine this data for a holistic analysis is required. Amazon Omics helps with multi-omic and multimodal analysis by efficiently processing and transforming omics data for downstream analysis. Okay. Amazon Omics was designed to support population-level scale of data, and it continues to grow with capabilities to further enhance the user experience. Amazon Omics also fully manages the underlying compute resources for workflows to enable customers to really focus on their research. And last but not least, Amazon Omics is built with security, privacy, and compliance in mind. Amazon Omics is HIPAA eligible and GDPR compliant. Okay. So Amazon Omics consists of 3 main components: omics storage, omics workflows, and omics analytics. Each of these components can be used individually or together. So customers can store their FASTQ, BAM, and CRAM file at a cost-effective price in omics storage. They can then use those files to run a workflow in omics workflows, where omics will automatically provision and scale the underlying infrastructure. And after processing their data, customers can upload their variant call files along with their annotation data to Omics Analytics, and it will be transformed to enable customers to combine the data with other data types to perform multimodal, multi-omics analysis to help generate insights. Okay. We have already seen customers like the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, where they are combining multiple clinical modalities to deliver the best possible care for their patients. And they are using Amazon Omics to achieve this goal. Another customer that is using Amazon Omics is C2I Genomics. They empower their data scientists by providing them cloud-based computational solutions. And with Amazon Omics, their researchers are able to use the tools and languages from their own domain to reduce maintenance effort and ultimately reducing the cost of developing features and algorithms improvements. So as we can see, Amazon Omics is already helping customers. And these initial capabilities were just the beginning. We have listened to our customers, and we heard that they need help with building applications, scaling up faster, and getting started quicker. As true to our nature of being customer obsessed at AWS, we got to work, and we're excited to share with everyone 5 new capabilities to help address these needs. The first capability, there we go. The first capability to help customers build applications and end-to-end solution is our integration to Amazon EventBridge. This will enable customers to easily build event-driven architectures that can consume Amazon Omics published events. So from creating a sequence or variant store to completing a run, customers are now able to easily trigger upstream and downstream activities based off of Omics published events, making it easier to build an end-to-end solution. So for scaling up faster, we have 3 new capabilities. We have direct upload to Omics storage. This is enabling customers to easily ingest large FastQBAM and CRAM files through a multi-part upload. We have automatic variant data parsing in Omics Analytics to help make it easier for customers to query variant annotation data that's generated from Variant Effect Predictor tool. Sorry, can you? Okay, and there we go, thank you. And we have new GPU instances in Omics workflows to enable customers to easily process computationally intensive workflows, including accelerated genomics pipelines, as well as AI-driven pipelines. And last but not least, to help customers to get started quickly, I'm excited to introduce ready-to-run workflows, which are a set of pre-built pipelines from open source and industry companies that are hosted on Amazon Omics. Okay. So ready-to-run workflows helps customers accelerate their data processing with easy-to-use point-and-click features or a one API call. And so we're starting off with 35 pre-built pipelines to meet customers' needs. And each ready-to-run workflows comes with a per run price and estimated runtime to give customers transparency and predictable costs. And customers will be able to use ready-to-run workflows at scale on Amazon Omics. So previously, on Amazon Omics, we enable customers to bring their software containers and their workflow script in WDL or Nextflow, and then they can create a private workflow. And then their output will go into their S3 buckets. Now, with ready-to-run workflows, customers can easily run established workflows without needing to package or create a workflow in Amazon Omics. With just one API call, customers can easily run these hosted ready-to-run workflows on Amazon Omics alongside their private workflows. And so we're going to be starting off with the 35 ready-to-run pipelines, and these pipelines will include GATK best practice workflows from the Broad Institute, single-cell RNA-seq from NF Core, and protein structure prediction with ESM-Fold and AlphaFold. We will also be supporting ready-to-run workflows from industry companies such as Element Biosciences with their basis to FASTQ to help convert base call files to FASTQs. And then also NVIDIA's Parabricks, Germline, and Somatic pipelines, including Deep Variant. And we have Jason from NVIDIA here today, so if you do have any questions about their pipelines, feel free to reach out to him. And then we also have Syntion's Germline and Somatic pipelines, including long-range analysis for PacBio and Oxford Nanopore. So now I'm going to walk you through a demo of how to use ready-to-run workflows. So for ready-to-run workflows, you can go onto Amazon Omics and log in, and you can click on ready-to-run workflows. Once you click on that ready-to-run workflow link, you'll see a list of all the available ready-to-run workflows. And as you can see on this table, you'll see the list price per run. You can search for a ready-to-run workflow, click on the name, and then when you look at the workflow details page, you'll get information about the details of the workflow. You'll get a link to where the test data and parameter examples are at, as well as a link to the actual pipeline, so you can learn more about that pipeline. You'll also see a list price per run, so you know exactly how much it's going to cost for that list price. You'll also have an overview of the workflow, and a diagram of that workflow, knowing exactly what software tools and what version was actually used going through that workflow pipeline to make sure that that pipeline will meet your needs. Once you want to start the run, you can create a run by clicking on the button, adding in the run name, and then putting in your S3 bucket that's in your account. That's where your output files are going to go in. You'll select a service role, and then you'll input your input parameters, either manually or uploading a JSON file from a local source or S3. And then by selecting this JSON file, it automatically gets parsed into the service. You can click start. You now can review everything that you've input for that run and start run. So as you can see, with just a few clicks, you're able to start the GATK FastQ to VCF workflow for a 30x whole genome. And now it's running. And now you have an overview of exactly what you've put in for that particular workflow. Okay, so we have already seen the impact of these new capabilities at our customer sites, especially ready-to-run workflows. So Claire, who is the Director of Software and Data Analytics at Frey Diagnostics, is excited to use Elements Basis to FastQ ready-to-run workflow to help streamline their pipelines and significantly reduce the time between their Aviti sequencer and running secondary analysis. We have Jenny Wee, who is the Senior Director and Head of R&D IT at Kite Pharma, where they're focusing on cell therapy, stated that they are already seeing the power of ready-to-run workflows for processing their single-cell RNA data. And Dan Hughes, the Directors of Bioinformatics at Columbia University, where they are providing global leadership in scientific research, stated that the ease of use, scalability, and the cost transparency of ready-to-run workflows will significantly lower the barriers for bioinformaticians. And he expects this to accelerate the pace of clinical genomics. So we have seen already how ready-to-run workflows is helping our customers. And so now I will turn it to Brendan to walk you through Synteon's ready-to-run workflows.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Mary, for that very nice intro and explanation. I'd like to extend a big thank you to Mary and the Amazon team. They've been really great to work with, and hopefully you can enjoy this new integrated platform. My name is Brendan Gallagher. I am the head of business development at Synteon and a fellow bio-IT professional. I would like to exclude Mary from this characterization after her wonderful talk, but they don't typically hire bioinformation technology professionals like myself for their stage presence and public speaking. So please bear with me, and also thank you for your attendance at the talk. That said, again, I'm thrilled to be back at BioIT. I'm thrilled to be here in Boston and get some great seafood and enjoy this lovely weather and catch up with all my friends. I see some of you guys out there. But really what I'm most excited about is to introduce this great ready-to-run workflows and Amazon Omics system to you. So I know Mary talked about this a bit, but Amazon Omics helps you, I'm already lost. Amazon Omics helps you, the customer, store, query, and analyze genomics, transcriptomics, and other omics data via API-based genomic workflows, basically making the cloud easier to use. Synteon specifically contributes to the analyzed genomics data part. Amazon Omics and Synteon's ready-to-run workflows provide you with secondary analysis pipelines for any short or long-read genomic sequencing platform so that users have highly accurate, easy-to-use, predictable and cost-effective and scalable secondary analysis workflows all inside Amazon Omics. So I'd also like to quickly introduce Synteon. The last time I was on stage at BioIT, we were winning the BioIT Innovative Practices Award for our software back in 2019. I've been coming to BioIT for around 10 years now, and this is my first time giving a talk. So again, I'm very excited to be here to explain a little more about my company and these ready-to-run workflows on Amazon Omics. So Sention is a bioinformatics company. We're a pure software company really led by a very seasoned enterprise software engineering team. They've been working together on some of the world's most challenging problems for, in a lot of cases, among the individual employees or team members or founders or whatever for over 20 years at previous companies. And then in 2014, they founded Sention. I came on in 2015. I think, whoops. There was I think an auto advance. Did that happen? I guess I can go back. And so basically in 2014, they started applying these hardcore algorithm software engineering skills to bioinformatics. And we've won many different awards since then in the Precision FDA, as well as the previously mentioned Innovative Practices Award. We don't do a lot of marketing, so we're grateful to be recognized by these awards or for like this opportunity now. And another thing is we just, we provide, I'm the head of business development, so I would think I provide a very customer-friendly, time-based license. And what that means is it's just time-based, and then any of our existing customers can bring, their software license. Like you can basically, if you license the software with us, you can run it wherever you want, right? So our existing customers, there's no red tape or anything. They just bring their license to Amazon Omics. We have that integrated and set up, so it's just any of our existing customers, you can just try Amazon Omics immediately, and then obviously free trials are completely available as well. So if anyone wants a free trial on Amazon Omics, who's not our customer, just let us know, and we'll just turn it on for you. And then you can kind of confirm and verify all the things that we're talking about now. And the last thing, I think Fernanda also commented on this, but I think a key message for this talk and a lot of bio-IT is there really are very skilled companies that are working together, and that's really where a lot of value is unlocked, right? Where 2 or 3 or however many companies work together to deliver really an integrated solution. So I've also heard it said that it's nice when bioinformatics is boring, and I tend to agree with that. And I think that's because production workflows, especially like I've been in this field for over 10 years, like it certainly was more researchy field and now is much more production oriented, and you really don't want or need at this point to be putting out fires in your production workflows, right? It should just work. Like our software doesn't crash. There's a lot of latent benefits basically to our software compared to a lot of the other tools where you don't have these issues basically. Like why would you want to be needing to put out a fire in your diagnostic lab because something is broken basically. And what's also great about bioinformatics is the pipelines, like they're very quantitative on like, are they good, right? Like, is it accurate? Does it efficiently meet your turnaround time goals? Is it cost effective? And does it handle your different types of data, which is obviously an emerging change. We've been, primarily most of our business has been Illumina data, as I assume most of you have been producing Illumina data. And so, now we're living in a more multi-platform world, and Sention's launching on Amazon Omics. Basically, like let's say you have your Illumina production workflows and you're receiving a Revio or you have Element or whatever you want. We have basically all of the major short and long read alignment and variant calling covered. So it's like great to have high accuracy across any platform, right? And then the efficiency, right? I was talking about those engineers before. They've really worked hard to write extremely efficient algorithms. So part of it is our software can be really cheaper than free because we can lower the compute cost so dramatically, basically by multiple factors typically. And so again, we also like to think this is future-proof in the sense that we're launching today, really with all of the major platforms covered, and we're an agile company, and Amazon's been great to work with. So whenever there's new needs, or we're obviously always looking to serve you better. So whenever there's new applications, that also works. And so basically, we're working hard to make this easy for you. And the last thing on this slide is, there's also, it's great to have commercial support. So there's a team of experts at Sention and at Amazon who are working together to support you and make your work easier, basically. And we have lots of customers where it's, set it and forget it. And we also have lots of customers who are doing different research stuff. All of our software is modular. You can build your own private workflow as well and run our tools and incorporate your own open source tools, right? Maybe I forgot to mention this. We run on CPU and ARM. Obviously in Amazon Omics, that's taken care of for you. But so obviously you can bring whatever your CPU-based tool of choice that works in with the pipelines into your private workflow. So I've gone over why these pipelines produce fast, accurate, and cost-effective results, all on the Omics platform. I'll just spend a little time mentioning more specifically what current capabilities we have, since I've been mentioning all sequencers quite a bit, but there's obviously in bioinformatics, there's many you can continue to drill down, basically. So Sention's first product was a rewrite of BWA GATK to make it faster, more efficient, and with the same results. So I used to say, if you like your variant caller, you can keep your variant caller. It was also nice not to build yet another variant caller at that time. And that's because, though, the truth sets were much less developed. So this is back in 2015, about 8 years ago. So we said, hey, you can have, we built a better mousetrap. You can take advantage of it. And then we faithfully implemented a more efficient BWMM, the Picard, GATK, and MUTEC2. And so these are all in the Amazon Omics platform represented as the germline and somatic variant calling. So if you're using any of those tools today, you could switch to Amazon Omics and our tools, and you'll see a tremendous compute saving and take advantage of all of the Omics benefits. But like I mentioned, the truth sets have gotten a lot better, and they've been more diverse, and we're obviously seeing more and more of that. The pangenome was just released, which is, I guess an initial phase of it, whatever that, we're getting a lot better at figuring out and confirming the accuracy of human variation, or agricultural, or whatever you want to do. But anyway, GATK is a great caller, but our team is, skilled at data science and whatnot. And so we also then know where there's some challenges. So what we did was make DNA scope, which is a new variant caller. It's different, but it's very similar because, like we said, GATK is very good. So we just have a more powerful, more robust local assembler, which does a better job of interrogating the reads. And then we have a machine learning model, and that machine learning model is trained for each platform. So there's idiosyncrasies in Illumina compared to Element, compared to MGI, compared to Ultima. So each of these pipelines is kind of a purpose-built version of DNA scope for you, so that you get the most out of whatever data you're trying to process. And then, obviously you can try it out and choose whatever you prefer. Again, when we license the tools, there is no you're licensing this pipeline or you're licensing this ready to run workflow. It's just, you get a license to everything that we have and you can choose whatever you'd like. We also have a companion TN scope for somatic. So we have, the MUTEC2 replacement and TN scope, which also has, produces a little bit better results and has a machine learning model that you can add on depending on your style of assay. So I think that could be it here, unless I have more notes there, but we'll move on. Or was there? No, I don't know. So I think that's probably close to wrapping up here. I'd like to thank again Mary and the Amazon team. It's been a pleasure working with them. I'd also like to thank Don Freed from Sentian, who did a lot of the integration work. As you know, or as you're learning, Amazon Omics helps store, query, and analyze genomics, transcriptomic, and other omics data via an API-based genomics workflow. And each Sentian run has a predictable cost and runtime, and you can just bring your license. So again, this is just the beginning. You know, both companies and all the companies here talking to you at this conference are, you know, working hard to deliver you great solutions so that you can ideally, you know, deliver great, typically healthcare or, you know, whatever bioengineering or whatever kind of stuff you're working on to kind of improve the humans. So if you have any questions, we're going to go to a Q&A, and obviously please reach out to me or anyone at the Amazon team to get started. We're, you know, happy and really like honored to serve you guys. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Oh, sorry. And then obviously you can look at pricing or links if you do QR code stuff right here.
You can keep that
If you're excited.
So we have some mics up in the middle if you have questions to ask. All right, I'll start with a question then for now. What was the biggest struggle you had in putting your tools and helping people figure this workflow out on AWS?
So I think in this case, we put up kind of the standard pipelines for that we think are producing very efficient and accurate results, like across the germline and somatic stuff, but it's pretty fixed, like, or I don't know, I think it's kind of just like we do alignment and variant calling for the short or long read platforms, and also the structural variant calling. So we basically put up all of our most used cases. So like we have other things like UMI tools or other accuracy metrics or joint variant calling or something that we didn't put up, but the good thing is that's kind of all accommodated in the private workflows. So basically, like there is no, and that's not just for Sentian, right? It's whatever, you know, GPU or CPU algorithms or applications that you want, that, you know, you can put those into Amazon Omics in the private workflow, which I won't get into the details of what that is, or if Mary wants to say anything else.
So just to add to that a little bit, is that so ready-to-run workflows are prepared workflows for very specific use cases, right? Very common use cases. So let's say a 30x genome, right, for whole genome sequencing. But we understand that there are customers who may be sequencing at a larger coverage, right? And so with all of our ready-to-run workflows, you can easily convert these into private workflows. And so within 15 minutes, you can convert this into a private workflow. And what this means is exactly what Brendan was saying, is that now you have the flexibility to modify that workflow, to be able to use a different reference genome, or to run higher, you know, that particular pipeline for a higher coverage set of data, or modify the inputs that are actually in there. And so we're providing also the flexibility to convert it to a private workflow. And once you do convert it to a private workflow, the price is no longer a per price per run, but you'll be charged at a compute resource and run storage price instead. But the idea with ready to run workflows is just to get you started, right? And then we understand there are some changes that you may want to work depending on what you're studying or what you're looking at. And so we're making it easy for you to also convert that to a private workflow as well.
Like that easy on-ramp. Thank you. Let's thank our speakers.
Thank you.